Wow. Just when I think that I'm taking a deep breath because I just unpacked some inner child stuff or working on a new pattern that's ready to be released because it's blaring and saying it's time to go. Um, I take a deep breath and, I think to myself, not really feeling right, physically. I'm just not feeling up on par, I'm just feeling off. And the message I got is I really need to work on finding my joy and also speaking my truth, getting on here, doing more videos. Interesting enough. Yeah, it just felt like the energy got stopped. And so here I am doing my videos, keeping true to my myself and on here, sharing that energy, that vibration with you guys of love and calmness. So today I really wanted to talk about finding your joy. For me, it's definitely something that I continuously find that I've got to work on. Yeah, definitely getting on schedule with moving my body and getting into that ocean because that's my happy place. More than just that, I have to really work on it. If I start to feel that I start going below that line, and I start to get a little off, or my body's screaming at me because either my pancreas is acting up, or for me, it was my upper neck, and it still is. I'm working through it, and it's layers, and trying to release some of that inner child trauma and some patterns that I had to really take a look at. I found that sometimes it's just as simple as keeping to my joy, finding my joy, and looking for what really am I feeling at that moment. And am I in a position where I'm people pleasing, or am I in a position where I'm just doing the motions, or am I in a place of joy? And then the question is, what is joy? What is my joy? And I would say something that really keeps me feeling like I'm alive. Emotions are so important. I value emotions that are below the line and above the line because, hey, that's what Earth is about. It's feelings. And a lot of times in past life regression, when I connect with the subconscious portion of the clients and we talk about the emotions that my client feels, I've heard it over and over where the subconscious says that, when they're feeling sad or angry or upset, that is as important as the happiness and the joy. But for me, what I've been finding out is my balance. Okay. If I'm off balance and I'm not paying attention to the other emotions, then my body starts to do some interesting things. So for me right now, my intention is to be in my joy. And so what does that mean? Does that mean that I just walk around and give a kind smile to someone? Absolutely, because that's what feels right. Or simply coming on here and smiling and giggling with you guys. So the question I have for you today is, how are you feeling joyful? And are you feeling joyful? Guys, for me, sometimes I can't even think about it, especially with the discomfort I was feeling in my neck. It's really hard to be in a place of complete joy or happiness when I'm dealing with pain. It gets pretty overwhelming, especially if I'm dealing with something emotional too. But I take my deep breaths and I follow my spiritual practices that really keep me balanced. And sometimes that will be stepping into prayer or simply moving my body, which is a wonderful practice that I've incorporated with the help of my good friend V, who pointed out to me that it's really important to move the body and let the body tell you what position it wants to move in after you have engaged in being with a lot of people or you've engaged doing your work, you really want to get the body moving. You don't want to get energy stagnant. So really important to move the body. Another thing that I do in the morning to keep my head above water is I do my daily Dao Yin. My daily Dao Yin, again, is movements. They're energetic movements that keep the flow of your body connected to the earth and the skies and keep you balanced in the process. With all the energy going on with the earth and so many different changes and everything speeding up with social media, I really find it important for me to incorporate these movements in the morning and also during the day if I've engaged in being around a lot of people or, like I said, doing work. The other thing that I have incorporated to really keep things at a nice, calm baseline is getting into a bath with different salts, purely with intention. Another part to that I've added recently is the vibration of my chakra, my voice. When I'm in the bath and I start toning, and the salt is there, I feel that vibration, okay, really helping my body to balance out too. So there's a lot of intention that goes into my day, a lot of preparation that I do when it comes to preparing for a client who comes in for past life regression, or if someone's coming in for some guidance or some channeling. I definitely make sure that my day is intentional and I'm on top of it, because there have been many times where before I learned all these practices where I was reactive in the sense that my body was trying to catch up with all the energy that was basically coming through or where I was witnessing. So it's really important now that I intentionally add the joy part. I've done a pretty okay job, not always great, keeping the spiritual practices of prayer and cleanliness and spiritual cleanliness and intention, and really understanding that I need the boundaries so that I'm ready for my next client, and how important it is for me to really be mindful of my energy. All those things are amazing. And also amazing practice that I've been very regular with is booking my sessions for different modalities to really keep things going if I feel a little bit off and I feel like I need that extra little boost or help. That's another part that I've also added. But back to the joy. So right now I'm currently working on how to find my joy. And so what's helped me in that process is memories, really just thinking about things that make me laugh, or just sitting with my dog and just looking at her and just playing with her, throwing the ball and just giggling, really being conscious of where is my vibration. I found myself self-soothing a lot, things that were uncomfortable that were coming to the surface with getting on social media. So I will be deleting my TikTok. It became like this, not a good time being spent just scrolling through, trying to soothe myself for being a bit uncomfortable and feeling off a little. So that's another thing that I've been doing. And then really being mindful and being present, because what that does, it's very easy to really slip into another, I feel like when you get on social media, like another dimension, because you kind of go into a trance when you go onto social media, or trance when you go into lots of reality TV, which is fine. I think, hey, all of those things are great. I mean, I think social media is wonderful too, but really being mindful of like, where am I spending my trance state? Am I spending it in observation of a beautiful butterfly, or looking at the sky, or just being in contemplation? Where am I spending that time? So it's time to take audit, all right, so that I can step more into my joy. So hope this helps someone and maybe gets you thinking of, where are you spending your time, or, where's the joy at? Yeah, where's the joy at? So love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.